Today on the channel, we're back at it with another Rat King, this time for the Super 7 Ultimates line.
And the spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another Super 7 Ultimate Edition unboxing and review. And today we got the latest and greatest from the Super 7 Ninja Turtle line in the Rat King. But for all your Rat King needs and a whole lot more, hit up jaystoysandgames.com. Use discount code Kyle, save yourself 15% on all in-stock items. Got to get a deal out there, and that's what I did. I went there, picked this bad boy up, the old Rat King here finally. And this one had some controversy around it when it was first announced and I want to say released, but I guess first announced, and they showed the glamour shots out. Said it's way too handsome, that's not our Rat King, but they did keep the handsome Rat King face in there. So that's pretty cool, all things considered. So we're going to dive into it. We're going to do this review like we do all the other reviews on this channel. We're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to talk about it. We're going to unbox it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to see where it goes from there. And without further ado, let's see what the Rat King's up to. We'll do some Rat King comparisons later in this video as well. Had a lot of Rat Kings throughout the years. Always a very cool character in the Turtles universe for me. Anytime we get these human characters that are a little crazy and stuff, always playing a lot of hits for me. And speaking of a little crazy, maybe it's me, because every night before I go to bed, very late at night, I sit outside the window, I look into the fields behind my house, and I wonder what's going on over there, and I sit with a nice cold glass of chocolate milk. I drink a little chocolate milk before I go to bed. It's something I've been doing the last couple of years for whatever reason, but shout out to chocolate milk, I guess. And I sit there and I converse with our pet rats, Peanut and I don't know what, Gus, and Peanut. I barely know their names. I just call them the rats. But they're there, and they're always hanging out, and they're always there to greet me. They're the friendliest animals. It's a wild thing, because I was dead set against these rats. I'm still against these rats here. Because I told my wife and kids, I said, Angie, you know you're going to be cleaning it, you're going to be doing everything, and that's the way it turned out. Just like, I feel like just any father in the world saying, yeah, we'll get these, and then it's going to be all on you, because I'm not doing it. So, poor wife Angie, she's got to clean and handle these rats all the time, but they are extremely friendly. I was a kid that grew up with gerbils. We're not really the friendliest creatures. They don't want to hang out with you, where rats want to hang out with you, and I sit there and converse with them every single night. Deep thoughts as we look into space in the fields, talk to the rats. It's a wild thing. It's like a Joe Rogan experience is what it really is. I might be on ayahuasca or something while I'm there. Who knows what I'm doing? But these rats are always there. They're always there to greet me. They'll come to me. I always give them I give them one of those kind of things, and they always come right to me. It's a wild thing. And then, like, you know, sometimes the kids let them out, and they just run around. And the dogs like the rats. They don't kill them or anything, so they play together and stuff. One time we had one of the rats climbing on Ace, and Ace was so tired he wasn't moving. The rat's just climbing all over him. But it's cool if they escape, you can call them. They'll come to you. It's a wild thing, and you can even litter box train them. So shout out to rats. I don't know if I would ever replace these rats, but they keep me company late at night. So story time with Kyle over. Let's get down to the Rat King right here. But I am, long story short, the true Rat King. That's where I was going with that. Big window box there, turtle logo, Rat King, beautiful packaging. I love the consistent packaging. Now, we don't get the slip cases anymore. We don't get the outer shell anymore, but at least we do get the consistent packaging here. Bricks on the side, you know he's a bad guy about that. And then on the back, we got the blurb. Let's see what it says about our old friend, the Rat King, the manic leader of the Rat Pack. No one knows for certain where he came from, but one thing is for sure, Rat King revels in scum, and scum revels in him. Okay. The self-proclaimed king of the ratcracy, he hypnotizes his rodent subjects with his seductive flute playing. Oh, he's a master flautist, apparently. Even Splinter succumbs to his magical music powers. Oh, yeah, we remember that. Rat King's army protects his slimy kingdom by fighting tooth and whisker against all outsiders, good or bad. Rat King's motto is, first the sewers, then the world. Looks like plenty of trouble underfoot, which is very interesting because my motto is first the world, then the sewer. So we're going to do it in reverse. Maybe we'll meet in the middle. We'll see what ends up happening there. We're going to pull him out, of course, packaging style. See you later, like a young Brent Price. Not Mark Price, his brother Brent. Shout out to Brent Price as well. Plastic prison, Rat King lockdown, 3 heads, hands, accessories. Gonna take this offline, get him out of the package, and we'll be back talking all things Rat King. All right, we got the Rat King out of the package. Let's dive in. Let's start with the accessories. Let's start with the extra hands first here. Now, he comes with 2 Punches and Bunches Rat King Fury Fist out of the package, so you do have those. We also got these, clasping hands, kind of open hands, C-grip hands, I guess we'll call them there. We do get a little trigger finger hand here. I guess he's going to trigger a knife is what he's going to do, but a little bit of a trigger hand there. And then, of course, you do get 2 pincher hands. So I guess he's picking up a rat. Maybe it's like he's doing one of these kind of things. But we do got a little hand adventure we can dive ourselves into. But now, starting in with the regular accessories here, of course, you got to have that flute right there. It is the yellow flute, but he's got a green bandana on here, of course, representing the Oakland A's. Never forget the Oakland A's, of course. And I believe this is the same exact flute one Carney Lansford used to do from third base from time to time. You know those boring games where Dave Stewart was on the mound, just throwing strikeout after strikeout, just killing everybody. Carney would sometimes just sit on that base, and he'd just play the flute. He'd just hit that flute up, be playing it on the base, just entertaining the audience, entertaining everybody, while Dave Stewart was just staring you down and going to work. That's what was happening back in the day. But Carney Lansford, master flautist, as we do know, even played the skin flute, as we know as well. So shout out to Carney Lansford. Shout out to the Rat King and his flute. Got to have that with him, of course. And we also got a little knife, and I love this. He's living down in the sewers. You got to make your way through life down there, and that's what he's doing. So he gets a little knife here, and then it's taped up here with the green tape, and then you got a little piece of pipe here. So this looks like something you'd have down in the sewers, or maybe prison. Who knows? Of course, we all remember my time in Oz. We'll never forget that. That no good Adebisi, always picking on me in Oz. He got his just deserves, though, as we do know. Shout out to the Oz gang, of course. We do get a little Rat King. I guess this is the king of the rats right here. Love that he's got that straight up tail going down there. And that's the creepiest things about rats. If they didn't have that long tail, that's what gives them the bad rap. They got the ugliest tails ever. Gerbils, hamsters, a little shorter on the tail variety. I like that better. It's kind of like my Corgi Poos over here. Outside of Ace, we discriminate against Ace because he has a tail, where the other 2 Corgi Poos, they're tailless. So it is what it is. But we do get this, and I guess this is supposed to be like kind of a staff here, because he is the Rat King, and here's his King Rat. So we do get that. And then we do get another rat, and this rat is just absolutely out of control. So I see a few things going on with this rat that I don't like, being a parent of rats in a roundabout way. Apparently, he's not getting anything to chew on because his rat teeth are just 10 miles long. So apparently, this guy isn't eating. He's not keeping care of his teeth here. So he's got the longest teeth I've ever seen on a rat in my life. And then he's got a tail that I can't believe. It's like a lasso here. He's going to lasso somebody with this one. Absolutely wild. How did this rat get a tail this long? He's obviously been mutated. So we do got a mutated rat. We're looking crazy there. Now, we do get his little shawl. It's a little scarf / dead cat with a rat eating the end of it. So wild here, and this looks like a dead cat, of course. He's got the X's over his eyes, and if you know animation, that means he's dead for sure. But it is an orange cat, and if I wish I had some goggles on, I'd get a little closer, like a periscope. Where's Perceptor from Transformers when I need it? I'd get a little closer on this, because I'm not going to 100% say this, but feel free to fact check it, Mark and Todd from the couch, if you want to. I think this is Heathcliff. Yes, that Heathcliff. Heathcliff, you're no good, dying at the hands of the Rat King is what's going on right here. But we got the orange cat Heathcliff, seen better days. At least he kept that smile. He kept that smile to the end. Rat biting on the end there. And then you got Spot to hold some things. Obviously, I guess you can hold your knife and some of your accessories in here if you want to. So you do got some storage there. So not a bad thing right there with the old Rat King. But now we're diving into the Rat King himself. We're going to dive into these head sculpts here. And man, oh man, of course, they always base it off the Playmates. I don't know if they say they do anymore, but it is very reminiscent of the Playmates and the head sculpt, but it is a modernized version of that. It's been upgraded. It's what you imagined as a kid in this day and age, and this is a pretty cool head sculpt. Makes the Rat King even more horrifying than he already you kind of think he is, because man, he almost looks like a zombie. He looks like a guy that's been in the water. Looks like my daughter Emma, who likes to take 7-hour baths. I think about 7 hours every night. A nice hot bath too for about 7 hours. And I think when she comes out, her skin is very much like this. Very pruny, of course. Pruny skin throughout on him there. So a guy that needs to see some more sun. And who knows what he's doing. His eyes are blazing red. He's smoking and doing all the drugs, apparently, because his eyes are just out of control here. And I don't know, he's got the black pupils. Looks very, very wild. And so wild, in fact, he's got a big old spider clawing right on his face. Or I guess not a spider, cockroach, I guess is what that is. He does got the hair, and of course he is manic and all, so he's pulling out his hair. He's ripping out chunks of his hair is what he's doing. He's just going absolutely wild there. Orange hair there. Got that bandana like a young Karate Kid, and then he's got some of that straps over his face. Missing some teeth, of course, as most people know, you live in the sewers, you probably don't got a dental plan, and that's the plight of the Rat King down there. Hard times in the teeth department for him. But he does got 2 eyes, 2 ears, a nose, and a mouth, so at least he's partially in the human game right there. But definitely a gross-looking guy if there ever was one. Now, the second head here, very similar to the first head, but more buggy eyes, mouth open a little bit more. I do prefer this one over the first one. It's just more expression in the face, and I always like screaming, yelling face, and that's what the Rat King has here. He's got the same bald spots on his hair. Very similar, of course, just a little bit different face. And then the most controversial one, how do you like your Rat Kings? You like him gross, looking like a zombie in the sewer? Or you like him walking right out of the Abercrombie store? Choose your own Rat King adventure. He's got the more poofy, long hair, more stylish, of course. Got the bandana wrappings. No bugs on him this time. He's cleaned up, of course. One thing he couldn't clean up, apparently, is his dental plan, because he's got nice yellow teeth on here. Man, a toothbrush wouldn't kill you, Rat King. His eyes aren't as crazy. He's got the red in there, but we can finally see some whites in his eyes. So they call this one Handsome Rat King, and he definitely looks fairly handsome on this one. So, to me, I'm either going to use this one. I'm probably not going to use this one. I'm probably going to go with the crazy one. But I do like that they gave us this one just as a nod to the past, and I think it gives a little extra pizzazz if you want to update your Rat King and do something different with him. Now we're diving into the Rat King, and there's a lot to soak in on this one, a lot to drink in. He's got the scarf over the top. You got a rat scarf sculpted into the scarf right there. He is the Rat King after all. For some reason, he's got 2 yellow dog bones on him. I guess he wants to give a dog a treat. I'm not sure exactly what he's up to. Big old like centipede, millipede right here on the front. That is just absolutely disgusting. I would hate that to have that. He doesn't seem to mind though. I guess it's his buddy. I guess what that is, but really, really gross there. He's got a very skinned together suit here. It almost looks like a football is what it reminds me of. It's like he stitched his whole outfit together. And once again, you're down living in the sewers. You got to make do with what you can find. Just torn and tattered is the old Rat King. Got another rat over here on the side of his body wrapped in there, sculpted in. Looking good. Talked about the 2 fists of fury. Got that going on. Got some bandages, some wrapping around the top. Got some green underwear. Once again, I think he found these somewhere and just said, I'm going to make underwear out of these. A little different tights color on him, but once again, very Frankenstein together with all the stitching and stuff. Got some of the bandanas around there wrapped around. Got a little knee poking through. Got a sculpted in rat down there once again, and then you got some bandages down there on the feet. But pretty cool. I like it. You can look at this one, and there's a lot going on. It's bringing to life the original Playmates one, bringing out some of the stuff that was sculpted in that maybe we didn't see on first pass. Now really bringing it to life on this one here. Now, articulation, arms all the way around, of course. Bicep cut. Double jointed? Nope, single jointed still. Single jointed side to side. Hands removable, back forth, side to side. Head removable, back forth, side to side. No ab crunch on this guy here. That's an interesting one. Waist articulation. Splits very easily right there. Legs go up very easily as well. Single jointed knee. Oh my gosh, don't break. Don't break. Didn't break. Single jointed side to side. Ankles back and forth, side to side. And I will say, obviously we know Super 7 by now. We've unboxed hundreds of Super 7 figures on this very channel. This one doesn't feel very Super 7-y to me. And that could be a good thing for those that don't like Super 7. But this feels a little different. The joints feel a little bit tighter. There's no ab crunch here. It's all sculpted in. This is a very good figure. It feels different than most of our Super 7 figures. And maybe that's just me once again. But I do like what I see here with this Rat King. Oh my gosh, his hole, that's the problem down there. He's just by himself down there in the sewers. He doesn't have anybody to hang out with outside of the rats. And I don't think he's doing anything fun with the rats. I don't think. I hope not. But his hole's just not deep enough. He just got to work on his hole game. Oh, I take that back. That right hole. He has been working with those rats down there. He does fit on a ringside collectible stand. Use discount code Kyle. Save 10%. Fits on a stand, so a very fun one here. I knew this would be fun. I've always liked the Rat King. This Rat King is a very good figure, I will say. But of course, comparison time for him right here. We got to bring out the Playmates version back in the day. Very similar, of course, as you can imagine. I love how Super 7 brings the little details out in these bigger figures. But at the same time, remember, this is the re-release, $11, $12 at retail, something like that. $55. So you better have things brought out with this one, that is for sure, at that different price point. And then we've got a couple other Rat Kings. I think this might have been the last Rat King we unboxed from NECA. We also had the NECA cartoon one as well, which is a more handsome Rat King as well, as we remember too. So a lot of different incarnations of the Rat King, but still one of the favorites of mine in the whole Turtle universe. Always very fun. Would love to see him in a movie one time. Would have been really fun to see the Rat King in that, and I think that could have been played really well. Put him in there with somebody, some big name actor or something like that. Who knows? But Rat King looking good. Happy I picked this one up. But are you going to pick this one up? Let me know in the comments down below. Let me know your thoughts on the Rat King. Let me know what head you would use on your Rat King. That'd be an interesting one too. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, and don't forget my other channel. We're chasing 50,000 subscribers, so make sure you subscribe to both YouTube channels. Check out the Patreon for early access to everything, tons of bonus content, and of course from both YouTube channels over on Patreon. SirPaul64 on the X, the _Kyle_Peterson on Threads, Instagram, and of course TikTok. So for the Rat King, I'm Kyle. See you guys all real soon.